Well, they had a lot of choices.
Hey, what was that one they advertised back in the day? Had no radios and it was good for like 15 meters or 10 meters, something like that. The thing never really worked.
They showed me the big thing, 17 meters, and it works pretty good actually. Shakespeare big stick. I don't know. It's in the same family as the Antron 99 or Silicon, whatever, but it's bigger. Anyway, the Shakespeare big stick was interesting because it was a sleeve antenna, and how they got around the choke at the base of that thing, I'm not sure. I think there was one inside of it maybe or something like that. Choking the feline shield. I forget how they did it exactly. But they worked. It was all fiberglass. They worked great for 11 meters, I guess, if you didn't put too much. If you put more than 5 or 10 watts on them, you're on your own. But they did work good for low power, just for regular, QRP work. They worked fine. They were great. I think they would work on 10 too if you shorted them up a little. The thing was all fiberglass. It's basically 18-foot fiberglass slip.
Well, the 899 just got a piece of copper wire inside, maybe like 10 gauge or 8 gauge, something like that, inside the fiberglass tube.
Wait, it's also a sleeve antenna?
Yeah, it's got a fiberglass dome over it, basically.
The 899 doesn't have a coil on the bottom, Rick?
Probably internal to it, yeah, I think so.
It's got a coil with a ring, and you can move the ring up and down to do the adjustment. Exactly. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, but does that really work?
I don't know. They must have sold a million of them.
They never could figure out how that turning that ring on it did anything.
I got one sitting outside, but I didn't figure out what whip to put on it.
What whip to put on what?
On the Antron 99, I was going to try to make it a little more resonant at 28.5.
Well, you don't want to add to it. You want to take from it.
Right. So I was going to cut the original one, but I got a lot of, I'll cut some other whip I got.
Well, how much power are you going to run through it?
400 watts.
It should be fine with a tuner. Should be fine.
I got a 5 element Yagi for 10 meters, so I'm pretty good over here.
Well, if you want to run 300-400 watts through an 899, if you're not getting a decent SWR, 2 to 1 or less, if it's well over that, the antenna tuner, it should be fine with it, as long as you got an antenna tuner on it.
I think my 25 meter delta whip will work just about as good.
There you go. We need 899 for.
Oh, I don't know. I just was messing around with it. I've had that thing for about 30 years.
It works fine for me without a tuner. Hell, I use it on 17 meters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, works fine.
I'd rather use a loop. I got a balance line loop and 145 feet of ladder line. The feet points up at 100 feet, so it works.
Well, you must have a bit of property over there or some tall trees. I live on a postage stamp size lot in town.
Yeah, I got an acre. I'm not putting any towers up. Yeah, 155 foot eucalyptus tree.
I got a 60-foot oak tree that's driving me crazy, and also about a 55 or 60-foot maple tree that's driving me crazy, trying to get a line shot over the top of it. But the oak tree works out. It's in a good spot, and I can run 150, 200 feet of wire, run around the yard with it, and do all kinds of crazy stuff. I got about a little less than an acre here, too, to play with. But really, I can only use about half of it. The vacant part of it in front really doesn't have any trees for me to use, and the shack is situated towards the rear of the lot, so I got to kind of play with the back half, but that still gives me about half an acre to tinker with.
Wrist rocket slingshot.
Well, you gotta get up high like I did. You gotta use a recurve bow with a piece of lead on the end. It's a fishing line, and then another line, and then another line.
Yeah, that's how I've been doing it. That's exactly how I've been doing it. And it's good, it works, but I'm having trouble getting the exact spot I want in this one tree. I mean, I want this thing at the very top, and there's a little crotch up there that I want to get it through, and it's about, I suppose 6 radiuses wide, or maybe a foot. And I'm having trouble getting the arrow to go directly through that exact spot, so it's going to take a couple of tries here, I think.
Yeah, rocket slingshot. Yeah, and you want that one spot. Anyway, so, hopefully the arrow comes back down, just cut it off and where the fish line gets to the arrow, cut that off, wind it back up, start over.
Oh yeah, I've lost a couple arrows over the years, there's arrows laying all over people's roofs and the sheds and, buildings all over the place. And if you were able to get up on top of the buildings around the neighborhood, you probably find an arrow on top of every one of them. But a wrist rocket is slingshot. Now, what good is that going to do me?
Well, it depends how high. I think you're good for about 35 feet. Some people say more, but you ain't going to get much more than that, I don't think.
Rocket slingshot.
20 feet just for them to get the arrow to come back down, but I think it's about 140 feet in. And anyway, yeah. You don't want to use a regular, crossbow, because you can't control how far you want to go. You want that one little spot. You gotta keep trying.
Yeah, I kind of figured that out here over the last day or two, yeah. Well, I kind of knew it. My oak tree's a little friendlier, it's got a little bushier top end, and it's not quite as particular about where you put it. You can get pretty close to the top, which is any kind of shot over the tree, you'll get it pretty close to the top. So I'm in good shape on my number 2 tree. But it's the number 1 tree where I take the first bend, I'm just having trouble with that one. I'll get it here, and I'll probably get it tomorrow or a day or two anyway. Yeah, I got all the fishing line and the recurve bows and all. 40-pound recurve bows, just barely enough, but it gets it over the tree.
Hey, why don't you use a spud gun?
Gotta be accurate.
Or a wrist rocket slingshot?
Yeah, use a spud gun with some propane and oxygen, that'll get it.
The oak tree was kind of a pain in the ass for me. I just wanted that